Have you ever taken the time to ask yourself, what is it that you're good at? What is it that people come to you for help with? And what do you find the most valuable about yourself? Use those to help guide me to finding a deeper understanding of why I'm even here. I have incorporated into my life that have helped kind of chip away any kind of like limited beliefs and also like programming that I've experienced. And when I say programming, I mean just the way I was raised, what I experienced in school with teachers, with classmates, and how I overall experienced life younger while I was growing up. So I would say within the past 5, 6 years, I have been taking some time to understand a little more of my inner workings through journaling, through connecting out in nature, with walking and going out into either deep forest or creeks, or going to areas like Vasquez Rocks. That has been amazing. This is in Southern California, Northern California, and also reading a lot. I like to read a lot about stuff that came from like ancient times. So I learned more about the Stoics. I learned about Buddhism. I learned about ancient mythology. Not only reading, but also training. Training has been pretty impactful because I was able to kind of like push past my comfort zone and kind of like get in the zone. And it sounds so cheesy, but like pushing myself to the limit where I had no other option but to think about like myself in that exact space. Nothing else in the world mattered but what I was experiencing right then and there. I can explain one situation where I felt that I was running so fast to get my mile time down that I felt like that I was running in slow motion, and all that mattered was getting to that finish line, and like just feeling the wind on my face and just feeling all of those the weight of the expectations and what had happened to me and what I was experiencing in that moment. Nothing else mattered but me and the pavement and my end goal. And so training like that, whether you're in the gym or out there running, has been extremely beneficial to kind of like push myself, and giving myself challenges and then reaching certain goals has been great. I would say all of these things intrinsically have helped me understand myself on a deeper level, and kind of like helped me understand like why I had been searching for quick fixes and like fillers within either people, with places, substance, with booze, also with sex. And I have realized like I those things, for me personally, not knocking it, just saying it doesn't work for me anymore, and saying like those left me feeling personally like I had an emptiness still, and it was never filled. It never felt like I had reached like a pinnacle of success, or I still felt empty, and those moments of highs came crashing down to all-time lows. Stepping away from those things that that I thought that were helping, I now realize like how beautiful it is to kind of just simplify everything. Simplifying things as in like, how amazing it is to go for a walk, how amazing it is to see the sunset, how amazing it is to look at the stars. You think that you need a bunch of friends, and you think that you need these people around you to make you feel successful, to make you feel sexy, to make you feel heard. And at the end of the day, like, who do they even know you? Do they know what your morals are? What makes you happy? Do they know like what goes on in your mind and your heart? And at that point, like, do you know what goes on in your mind and your heart? Like, I had no idea how angry I was and how bitter I was and how sad I was. And I just was trying to fill these voids that were never going to be filled. There's so many beautiful places in this earth, like, to see, and the sunsets never look the same exactly. And so every single one of them are so unique. And so for me to go to the same trail, it seems very like, there she goes, and baskets rocks again. But it's like the sky never looks exactly the same. The sun, the the way the light hits the rocks and the tree. There's so much complexity within nature, but like so much beauty. And so I just feel so grateful and just so full when I'm out there that nothing else matters. Nature makes you feel small. It makes you feel like all of your worries and any kind of anything that's going on in your mind, there's no reason for you. Just relax. Like, look at the rabbit that's right there hopping around. Do you think that that rabbit's like wondering if they're gonna get all of their tasks done? No, they're just gonna pick up some snacks and then head on to their little rabbit hole. Like, do you think the squirrel that's on the rock right there is going to be judging what they look like? Oh, like, my tail is way fluffy right now, I'm gonna need to tone it down. Like, no. So yeah, so it simplifies everything, but by its complexity, which sounds crazy, but that's just how it is. Very paradoxical. Um, journaling has been amazing, with kind of like just jotting down some things that I see, some things that concern me, some things that are overwhelming, some things that I find amazing, that I'm happy about. Um, and yeah, all of these have been helpful, to understanding my gifts, my my yeah, my gifts, as to like why I'm here. And what's amazing is that I don't find myself like, for the longest time, I thought to myself, like, what the hell is my purpose? Like, is it hair? I used to be a hairstylist. Am I meant to just be a hairstylist for the rest of my life? And it's kind of like the movie Soul from Disney. And it's like, in a sense of like, this man thought that he was just a musician, and that was the reason why he was brought on this earth. And for the longest time, like, he's like, that's my calling, that's my calling. And another character in the movie kind of talks about like how she's able to understand her purpose by just solely experiencing eating a cheese slice of pizza in New York City, by catching a falling leaf from the tree. Like, little things like that happen in the movie. I just find that movie so impactful. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend watching it. But yeah, I don't find myself saying like, oh yeah, this singular thing is my purpose. I understand that I have certain gifts now, and now I'm working with how to utilize my gifts. So, for example, with roller skating, or with dancing. What else? It would be what making these videos. I enjoy speaking. Like, I could talk about this stuff all day long. I would say writing. I enjoy writing. I enjoy reading. I enjoy those kinds of things. And I wouldn't say singularly like one of those things are the very best thing I'm the best at, and that should be the rest of my life. And so I should find a job solely within that. No, like, I am fluid. I will move around and adjust with what inspires me and what is making me feel energetic, and continue to work towards those things. But everything's going to shift and change, and knowing like that I don't have one singular thing that I'm working towards has put so much less weight on my shoulders, because for the longest time I was chasing after like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What am I, what is it that I'm the best at? And I just felt so lost. And because I was like judging myself as to like, why haven't you figured that out yet? I'm just understanding like, it's a bunch of little things. So what is that for you? And just taking the time and being curious rather than being, frustrated with yourself. And it's almost like a flower, like it's a flowering kind of experience. And one day you're just going to realize, like, holy crap, like, all right, and I'm going to try this. Like, let me be experimental and try this out. Maybe I'll make a business. Maybe I'll write a book. Maybe I'll create a video. Maybe, there's so many different things. So my main focus for this video is what makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? What excites you? What do you like to talk about? What breaks your heart? Ask yourself, what is it that breaks your heart? And what is it that people ask you the most for help with? And within those things, you're kind of shifted into of like, holy crap, these are my gifts. These are things that have been hiding in plain sight this entire time. So now how can I utilize these gifts to multiple different creative outlets?